You can basically forget about the last 15 years of the Chevrolet Impala because this new Impala behind me makes that old W-body car seem easily forgettable. For 2014, the Impala has seen a complete redesign atop GM's long wheelbase Epsilon architecture. Those new bones have given us a slightly larger Impala that's obviously very attractive to look at, but is Impala's beauty more than skin deep? We're about to find out. There's actually a lot going on with this exterior design that makes the Impala such a looker. Most notably is this front fascia. The entire front clip is very upright, like a Camaro or German luxury sedan, with a low brow line and slim horizontal lamp housings that give this big sedan almost an athletic appearance. The entire front face of Impala is allegedly Chevrolet's new global design direction, and so far, we like what we see. Chevrolet has even provided up-level Impalas with LED accent lighting on the lower fascia with LED halo rings around the projector headlamps, just like those that have become iconic on the 5th Gen Camaro. The detailed appearance continues on the side panels with lots of creases and curves in the sheet metal, including a dramatic hockey stick crease that is a subtle nod to an era when Impalas wore fins and had lots of chrome. Around back, the convergence of Camaro and German sedan design is apparent as well, with Camaro-esque tail lamps and a deck lid design that at least reminds me of an Opel Insignia. Inside, the Impala's beauty translates even further. This is not just a comfortable interior, it's really attractive to look at as well. It's sort of a play off of the dual cockpit theme that Chevrolet has had really since the original Corvette, only it's kind of evolved a little bit. Here in the Impala, they've taken the dash and pushed it back and upwards a little bit, which gives the cabin even more of an open, airy feel. However, it also looks really nice as well. This attractive design also plays an ergonomic benefit as well, because the big, large control knobs for the audio and HVAC system, as well as the 8-inch touchscreen display, are easily accessible by both driver and front passenger, which is always nice. Our test car here it comes equipped with the gray interior, which is not the best one for on-camera purposes, especially because of the alternatives. Chevrolet also offers what they call a Mojave interior design in the new Impala, which is kind of a sand-colored seat with a graphite dash that's very attractive and really brings this very attractive interior design to life. Gone are the days of the bench seat. There's no 6-seat Impala anymore, thankfully. However, we're left with 5 very comfortable seats. Both front and back are extremely comfortable. Based on the long wheelbase Epsilon chassis, the new Impala shares its bones with the Buick LaCrosse and the Cadillac XTS. Now you're probably thinking that this new Impala drives a lot like a LaCrosse, and in fact it doesn't. Chevrolet engineers actually took a fairly different approach to the suspension of the Impala versus the Buick LaCrosse. This Impala has actually entirely different geometry up front, including a rebound spring, and the rebound spring is noticeably making a significant difference versus the LaCrosse, just in the fact that harsh pavement is rebounded out with those springs, as well as allowing the Impala to have a softer daily ride without making it feel floaty like a town car or something like that. Actually, the ride quality of this car is probably one of my favorite attributes of it. It's not too floaty, but it's not harsh at all. It's right where a large sedan should be, and frankly, I prefer the handling much over the LaCrosse. And, you know, sure, the $60,000 XTS is better on the road. However, is it worth that much more money over this Impala? Absolutely not. In terms of steering, we've got electric power steering, of course, because that's what GM's using on everything. And the tune they have on this Impala is actually pretty good. On-center feel is very strong, and it is speed variable as well, which is nice and certainly felt, because in the parking lots and at really slow speeds, it certainly lightens up quite a bit. The one drawback about the drivability of the Impala is the brakes. For such a large sedan, it obviously needs quite a bit of stopping power to put everything to a halt, and this car could use a larger disc. It's adequate for the car, however it could be better, and that seems to be a trait that that all of GM's Epsilon products have. I've not driven one that does not lack in the braking department. And of course, everything that needs stopped is powered by GM's 3.6 liter high feature V6, also known as the LFX. In this application, it's making 305 horsepower and 272 pound-feet of torque, which is more than enough for this car. Of course, we always want more as enthusiasts. However, the 3.6 moves this Impala around just fine. And of course, GM's going to be offering two 4-cylinder options, the EcoTech 2.5 liter and the EcoTech 2.4 liter with the e-assist light electrification system later this year. I kind of fear how those Impalas are going to drive with a 4-cylinder. I think it will be interesting to see nonetheless. As the case with every 3.6 application, we've got the 6T70 6-speed automatic tranny in this car. It's our only option. In this particular application, I don't really have anything negative to say about the transmission. It does tend to be on the non-aggressive side, more geared towards fuel economy, which that's what we expect in just about every product today. I do wish it was a little more aggressive when you're really hard on the throttle, but it's other than that, it's no problem. One thing that's noteworthy about this Impala when you're driving it is how quiet it is. GM has spent a lot of time trying to isolate noise in this interior, and it's certainly paid off. It's a very quiet car. Not quite as quiet as the LaCrosse or XTS, but certainly more quiet than a Ford Taurus and some of the most recent competition. A question that's often asked is, why doesn't the Impala offer all-wheel drive? Because we know the Epsilon chassis is quite capable of all-wheel drive because the LaCrosse has it, and so does the XTS. In fact, it's a really good all-wheel drive system as well. It's the Haldix unit. According to Chevrolet, they opted to change the suspension on the Impala like I talked about earlier, and they were able to accomplish two things by not offering all-wheel drive. One, they took mass out of the suspension and made it slightly lighter than the LaCrosse and XTS, although I emphasize slightly. They also were allowed to optimize the front-wheel drive handling on the car by not having to engineer the chassis for all-wheel drive components. That I will give to them because this car does drive nice as a front driver. I will note that there's a little bit of torque steer at high acceleration, but it's certainly nothing that's out of the ordinary for a front-wheel drive sedan with 305 horse. So is Impala's beauty more than skin deep? Absolutely it is. This is the best full-size Chevrolet sedan in probably 2 decades. However, it's not just good by GM standards. This car is very competitive with the Ford Taurus, Hyundai Azera, and Toyota Avalon. And in fact, I'd put it near the top of its class, and it's certainly better than the Taurus. It's more roomy, more powerful, and it certainly drives better than most of those other full-size sedans. In fact, I'd say if any large front-wheel drive sedan can revive the large sedan segment, it's probably this new Impala. It's stunning to look at, has a fantastic interior, all the right features, and it drives great. You can't really ask for more than that. For more information on the new Impala and all other GM products, head over to gminsidenews.com.